Bonjour tout le monde. So here I've got, as you know, a couple of my peppers died. They got frozen. So I went and picked up some more because I have not yet started bell peppers or Tabasco seeds. So I never have any luck with the California Wonder bell peppers. I don't know what the deal is. Maybe they're not good in my zone, but anyhow. So these I'm gonna keep potted. There's my other Tabasco, but I'm gonna run a little experiment here. Not so much on the bell pepper, but on the Tabascos for sure. So you can see I wrote cow on there, and that's because this one is planted in straight up composted manure. So I'm gonna see how that does. And on this other one, I wrote chicken because it is in straight up composted chicken manure. Now this one has me a little worried because the chicken manure is still kind of sludgy, and it's store-bought. I didn't compost that myself because I needed a great volume of it. So I'm worried that that one might suffer from a little bit of root rot, but it could just be wet from rain or something. The cattle manure was perfectly dry, so I don't know. We'll see. Everything else here, that is a red bell pepper, the pepper plant back there, and it's going in another pot with a mix of topsoil and cow manure compost. These other plants, I've got an herb garden that I'm going to stick the herbs in here in about a week, and the pansies, I'm told, are actually pretty frost tolerant, and we are expecting freeze here in the next few days. So all these peppers are going to live in the shed, which is heated, and I've got grow lights. Not going to water that one because that's got plenty of moisture in it, but I will probably give these two a drink before I put them up. And you may wonder why I've got the starter thing in there, and that is so that I can water down closer to the roots. And I want to encourage deep root growth. I may transplant these into the garden later in the season. I don't know. Or I may pot them into a bigger pot, depending on how big they want to get. The ones down on Avery Island, they have in giant barrels, and they are 6 foot tall Tabasco plants that they've kept alive for years. So we'll see how they do. The pansies are edible, and I plan to use them for garnishes, but I'm not going to grow those organically. I'm going to fertilize them, and it may be organic fertilizer, but I'm not going to do the whole, no amendment soil thing with them. So we'll see how they do. The parsley, was at chamomile is what I got there in the herb garden. I don't usually fertilize the herb garden. I usually keep it pretty well composted. So, but beyond that, yeah, I'm curious to compare that one in a month with that one, and we'll see how they do. I'll keep them in the shed for about a week or so, then I'll move them out to the greenhouse, and then, depending on what they need from there. We're in a precarious spot with sunlight, so who knows? But that's the advantage of having them potted, is I can kind of move them around. But the goal here is no fertilizer, just compost from my compost pile, maybe. We'll see. Or I may have to buy some. Don't know, but fun little experiment out here on the homestead.